Hello, and welcome to the Disney Dunces. Using your touch-tone keypad, please enter the first 3 letters of the movie title you would like to see. You've selected Fantastic Mr. Fox. If this is correct, please press 1 now.
Hello and welcome to Disney Dunces, the only Disney podcast presented by subclaimed non-experts. I'm Dunce number 1. You can just call me Richard.
And I'm Craig Stew, and I'm Dunce number 2.
And I'm the third one. And holy swearing cuss, boys, if I had to use one word to describe this week's film, it would be pretty good.
Was that a joke from the movie?
No.
Partially.
Just my opinion on the movie that we saw.
I heard the cuss part. That was said a lot, but other than that, I don't know. I feel like pretty good is like the punchline, and it's going over my head. I'm not getting punched.
Pretty good was the punchline, yes.
Yeah, he was saying, because it's like, usually he says something like, if I had one word to describe this movie, it'd be horrible. But he said, pretty good.
Well, no, the joke was that people were expecting me to say fantastic. But I said it was pretty good, which is not only not one word, it's 2. It's also not the word that the film uses to describe itself. But thanks for making me explain the joke. I love it. That's my favorite part of every episode.
I mean, I needed it explained to me.
Yeah, we watched a children's movie. How did that go for you, bud? Did you follow it along well enough?
I didn't know this was a children's movie. I don't think it was even advertised as a children's movie. So we watched Fantastic Mr. Fox, which wasn't apparently that fantastic.
I like how he has to say it.
I don't know why. Everyone knows. No one's coming to this surprise.
What if people are listening just on their, like iPhone?
You've selected
and they're just
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I don't know why he has to make this argument.
We talked about it last week.
So Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Also, this is like the scenario that Craig is imagining is someone is like watching one episode and decides they can stomach another one. So they
Our
just
fans
keep
love us.
rolling
They
with
love
it.
us.
Oh my God.
Not even one.
Whatever that means. It's like, I don't know. Like, even if it's on autoplay and they get confused, you know what they can do? They can look at their phone quickly and see the title of the track that's playing.
What if they're driving? You want them to look at the phone
Not only that,
quickly?
if anything, if I was to be like a degenerate who would actually listen to this trash, I think it would be fun to try to figure out what it is we're talking about before we actually spell it out. That would be like half the game.
Mm-hmm. Because everyone knows it's like the first 10, 20 minutes of the podcast. We don't talk about the movie.
It's the best part of the podcast.
You're lucky if we even talk about it or give a summary. That doesn't happen these days. So, yeah. I don't know.
I think what we have to do
Mr. Fox
is just
is what we watched.
start naming the episode some innocuous Disney film that no one really cares about every time. Mm-hmm. And again, they just have to guess what it is we're actually talking about eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I like that. That's what I used to do at the very end of the episode. I used to put like little previews, and I would make sure that the man in the preview, like the announcer man, he wouldn't actually say the name of the thing.
Wait,
so
you
people
stopped
had to
putting the
kind of guess.
previews at the end?
I mean, they still exist in some aspect, but I just stopped caring about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it was more like little snippets instead of like full trailers.
Okay.
Yeah. So
this was a kid's movie?
wait, didn't Craig just say he listened to the podcast like a week ago or 2?
Probably, but I don't remember these things. There's a podcast. It's something you put it on while you're doing something else.
Oh, it sounds like people might not even know what they're listening to then, if we don't spell it out for them.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight?
I just want to know why
Fine.
this was a kids movie.
Yeah, how's it not a kids movie?
I didn't know.
Fox got his tail blown off,
So
and
what?
then you
It's
see
still
little
a kids
bits.
movie.
But
It's based off
never knew it was-
of a kid's novel.
Was it?
It's a kid's
Okay, so-
book. Yes.
I didn't know that. See,
Yeah, I mean,
'cause
it's a family movie, I guess, but
Okay.
it's it's for kids and family. Yeah, sure.
appropriate. So,
Yeah.
because I don't know what kid would look at this movie and say, I want to watch it.
No. I'm saying PG-13 or up. That's what I'm saying
Oh,
for this
no,
movie.
no.
Craig-
How was it PG-13?
What?
It was PG.
Yeah,
it
was rated
Are you
PG.
sure?
Yeah, it was PG.
It was definitely rated
No
PG.
way.
Why would it be PG-13?
Nothing happens
don't-
in this movie other than him getting his tail ripped off. He's a fox.
And even then, it's not like they show it. It's just kind of like, I've lost my tail.
Yeah.
I was grossed out by it. This is a gross movie.
I think the only part
No, it
that they
wasn't.
show a little bit is when the dog rips it around in its mouth, and you see a
Yeah.
little bit. But like,
It's as bad as it gets.
it's as bad as it gets, and it's not that bad, and it's also a fox. So it's kind of like
why does that matter?
it's also a fox, and it's not real. It's like stop animation or
It's
whatever.
a puppet.
Puppet, yeah. But by the way, I don't think I like Wes Anderson at all.
Holy
seen-
shit,
I've
it's
seen
PG.
Now, and they're just fine. I don't really
Yeah.
not a fan
like-
of his and this I don't like this animation. I'm not a big fan of the way that
You don't
everything
like
is-
stop motion animation?
Not this stop motion animation. It's weird.
How
like
is
I'm
it
watching
weird? It looks
Gumby.
fucking fantastic. Hold on, what makes this one different than other stop motion?
Robot Chicken's great. I'm all in for Robot Chicken.
What's the difference?
What?
You know, it's probably not the stop animation that bothers me.
I think it's the effect.
It's the design of the characters. Like this between this.
Okay, that's fine.
this
I understand
and the
that,
other
but
one.
you can't sit there and tell me I'd rather look at Robot Chicken.
I think like Robot
Meant to
Chicken
look
is for
dumb,
the
though.
lowest common denominator, and this is more so. I don't know.
Look,
I
Wes
feel
Anderson,
it's the quality
that's
of the
probably
content.
true. Wes Anderson is I find it a little highbrow.
What do you mean?
You know,
I don't know. I don't know what he means.
I'm not into this. They seem more artsy type movies than what I prefer. I prefer Fast and the Furious. I like dumb movies.
You can
That's
like
fine
both.
with me. And you can like both. I'm just not a big. I don't know. I'm just clearly not a big fan of this.
I didn't know this children's movie was too artsy fartsy for you.
It was artsy fartsy. The way there were totally things about it. The way
It has its moments, but for the most part, it's
cinematography
just
and
a
shit,
silly
it's-
romp.
it's
Yeah,
just-
sure.
It's very just like it's Wes Anderson. The way he does that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll
And
believe that.
I've seen trailers for other stuff from him, and they're all a reminder. You can tell immediately it's one of his movies, just from the way
Did he
it's
do
shot.
Frankenweenie?
I don't think so.
That's Tim Burton, right? Another
I
guy you
believe-
can just straight up
I'm
tell.
gonna say, yeah, I believe it's gonna be Tim Burton.
Who? Which one of them did James and the Giant Peach?
Tim Burton.
Really?
If I had a guess, I don't know for
Probably,
sure, but
yeah, I
thinking
don't
back
know.
on James and the Giant Peach, that has Tim Burton written on
Because
it.
that's the same kind of thing, right?
Is it stop motion? Is what you're asking me?
I don't know.
What are you asking me?
Is Coraline like this too?
It's not.
Coraline
Tim,
is stop motion.
It's not Tim Burton.
Okay.
James
did
and the
it?
Giant Peach. Disney, but not Tim Burton.
Oh, okay. But does it look like this?
It's James and the Giant Peach with stop motion, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like the look of these movies some of the time, but there are aspects that are just too what's the word? Is it Uncanny Valley? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, I don't think it's.
I definitely don't have an Uncanny Valley version with this. No, that feel like doesn't come up at all with stop motion. Like some stop motion can be like upsetting sometimes when it's like super jittery. Like think of Jason and the Argonauts, but I also think it looks fucking good regardless. I love it. I just love the look of it. I don't know. That's it. We got to get Paranorman on this bitch. I don't know who owns it. Disney, buy him up. We got to watch that. That movie is so good.
What's that?
Paranorman?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. What do you need more than that?
No. That's fine.
Okay. It's not Disney, so I can't talk about it.
Okay.
or Disney owned.
Well, this one we're only watching it because it's part of that clause where it's Disney Plus, but it's not actually Disney.
Yeah, it was Fox. Believe it or
I
not.
don't think Frankenweenie is. Oh, it is Tim Burton. Okay, never mind.
I'm pretty sure when that was advertised, I always heard Tim Burton's Frankenweenie. So.
Yeah, because it looks. See that it does. That one looks very Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And in the same way that this is very Wes Anderson, because we've seen the Isle of Dogs as well, and they have the same style. And I'm just not. Yeah. I just don't like that. I don't like to look at these characters that much. This more so was better than Isle of Dogs. I definitely think, though. Easier to look at than Isle of Dogs.
For me, I guess that my issue with it is that it's too mature looking. Like, I want them to be like more stuffed animals and cute,
more cartoony.
Yeah,
cute, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually with Rich on that. That's how I feel like in a design, from a design standpoint.
Yeah, like that. The characters look more adult and real, and that's why I didn't think it was a kids' movie. But here we are. We covered a movie that's PG.
And we've put a lot of movies that are PG. What are you talking?
Yeah, I don't understand what he is.
Oh, you mean because you thought it was higher?
Yeah. I thought it was more like adult oriented
because of all that time they dropped the F-bomb. Yeah.
They didn't drop a single one of them.
Well, they wanted to. And I thought they were just being cute with it.
The C-bomb.
They were being very cute with it. They're being cute in the best way. I love it because I know you see a lot of it on regular show, where they're not swearing, but they might as well be. And they're not even trying to hide the fact that they're swearing. It's just, instead of swearing, they just say cuss every time. Except for one part, they say swearing.
Is that like The Good Place where they say fork?
I would say The Good Place is trying too much to be cute with it by saying fork.
Okay. What else do they say, or is it just fork?
I think there's a different one for every swear word, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
What is this? The Good Place?
The Good Place, yeah.
So they say you forking...
Essentially, yeah.
Fork you?
Yeah.
What the fork you, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it's The Good Place. You can't curse in The Good Place.
You can't curse in The Good Place, Craig.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that what's The Good Place?
It's where you go when you die. You go to The Good Place.
Pizza Hut's my good place, but I can't go there anymore.
This sounds like your bad place.
It was my good place. It's gone.
Oh my God. That's
the Pizza Hut buffet, rather.
Are you telling me that The Good Place is actually the bad place?
No, I think he's just saying Pizza Hut buffet is gone.
It's gone.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, I can't eat pizza anymore. But
that's where I thought you were going with it.
I think it's doing you a favor. I think you're going to miss the Pizza Hut buffet. I think you're fine. You have the memories of the Pizza Hut buffet, and that's worth a lifetime, bud.
Man. I mean,
if there's a Pizza Hut in your neighborhood...
No, don't even bring up Golden Corral.
to all our listeners, if there's a Pizza Hut in your neighborhood that still has a buffet, go. It's one of the greatest experiences of your life.
I thought Craig was expecting like an invite. He was going to ask people like, hey, if your Pizza Hut still has a buffet.
No, the whole point of going to the Pizza Hut buffet is that it's like $10 for the buffet. And if I had to drive to some buffet in some other state, that would totally defeat the purpose. So,
I think I'd prefer just having a pizza delivered to my house. Even if I'm paying more than $10.
Yeah, but you're also the kind of person who just likes to, throw money out the window.
I mean...
You order DoorDash multiple times a week, when it's double the price, when you could just go get it.
I mean, I wouldn't say double the price. Like, Craig, I'm a busy man.
It's like double the price, though.
It's like
like the food itself, they charge you more, and then they have the delivery fees, and then fees on top of that. Tip. It's basically double.
You're paying double. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I ordered Wendy's from DoorDash, it would cost me...
Why are you ordering DoorDash Wendy's?
I'm not. I'm saying if I did, it would cost me like $20 for like something. I'm like, $20 for Wendy's?
That I don't doubt. But the thing is, once you go into like the mid to high,
Yes,
tier
if you're
range,
paying, if the food is already $20, an additional $5 per meal isn't going to be double the price, Richard.
yeah. That's why I'm like Craig skewing it, in which he's saying like, oh, if I'm buying cheap food, then yeah, of course it's gonna
Craig's
be double.
buying cheap food. You just hear he's going to Pizza Hut freaking buffet. What are you talking about?
Sorry. Oh. Anyway,
Actually, I ordered from Applebee's one time too. We had I had a bunch of friends over, and we just ordered Applebee's because I guess it was a bunch of us, and we figured we'd just split the cost of delivery or whatever. But it was probably like
You chose Applebee's?
it was close. Also, there's not that many places that
You're not
deliver in my
driving,
area.
I know. You know what? I wasn't even going to fight him on it because I'm like, you whatever.
Believe me, if it was up to me, I would have driven. But they were like, let's just have it delivered because they didn't want. They were like, we didn't want to waste the time we had. So, all right, whatever. So we did, and it was probably another. It probably cost me personally like another $5 or $6. But that would, and then everybody else, it was like 5 of us, so probably a few dollars a piece for everybody. So that's a lot.
how much Applebee's did you get?
I don't remember. I probably had like wings and something else.
I need to know what the something else was.
I don't remember. Maybe a
Cheesy
salad?
bread?
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
a
cheesy
salad.
bread. Because I can't eat cheese anymore. What cheesy bread do they have at Applebee's?
I don't go to Applebee's. Craig, I have taste.
You order nachos at Cheesecake Factory.
You're hitting up the Cheesecake Factory, bud. You're not. You're not better than Applebee's.
I still have to order you guys Cheesecake Factory nachos because you're going to say, wow,
Look,
these aren't
I believe
bad.
that they're good. I believe you that they're good.
I can make my own nachos. It'll
It's
cost
just
a
nachos.
fraction of the price and be better. They're nachos.
That's probably true.
I don't know about that.
I know for a fact about that, mister.
The Cheesecake Factory has a nice thick chip, and that's where I think it really shines. Because like sometimes I'm ordering from like a Mexican restaurant, and their chips are like a little bit thin, like they're easy. Like I feel that the biggest issue with a Mexican place's chip is that you can't pile up the goop. And you don't want a chip breaking if it's got a lot of goop on there. You know what I mean?
I really like the chips from the place by me, Chanos. Very good. Well, it's not that close to me anymore. There was, literally right around the corner, and then they closed that one because they had 2 locations very close to each other. And they just have one now. And I spoke to the owner, very nice guy, and they're doing very well. But incredible chips.
Richard, next time you're getting nachos at a Mexican place, just ask them to make the chips thicker, because chances are they're making their tortillas in house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you go to, because do not count Chipotle as your Mexican place. That doesn't.
I don't
count.
think I don't think he was.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even gonna.
I mean,
go
although I
to
think they do
authentic
make
Mexican places.
They probably do make the chips at Chipotle because I know Moe's they make the chips there. But
I'll believe that.
but I agree. I mean, those are fast food chains. They're not gonna make like nice thick chips.
I mean, they do get the dough in and they just put on that thing and they do the thing. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm going there later.
Moe's?
No, Chipotle, and I'm actually picking it up.
Look at you.
Craig's going to be so proud of me.
Saving money.
Not only that, but I have a buy one, get one. Because, okay, for all of our listeners, for this week only, Chipotle is giving out buy one, get one free entrees. I think it's Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific.
You better get this
So
episode
be
out pretty
sure
quick.
that when you hear this episode, get a time machine so you can get this deal.
ChipotleIQ.com. You have to answer 10 Chipotle trivia questions correctly in order to get it. If you get it wrong, you just have to do the quiz over again. So, yeah.
At that point, just give me the free burrito.
You gotta send me this link though, because I'm gonna send it to one of my boys, because he'll probably get
ChipotleIQ.com.
Just send me the link. I gotta send it to one of my boys. He'll probably get Chipotle tomorrow while we're at work. Gets it all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not going to remember to give it to you.
ChipotleIQ.com. Shit. My phone's over across the room. I'm typing it in.
Yeah, they have a bunch of questions where it's all like, how does Chipotle encourage sustainability? And then they have like, oh, we bring like kids to farms to learn about agriculture.
Oh,
And-
it's propaganda.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a bunch of propaganda trivia
okay.
questions. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they love doing that. And I'm like, that's cool and all. Have you guys figured out how to wash your lettuce yet? Because that's the problem.
It doesn't even
That's why
matter.
I don't go to Chipotle.
They're already out of BOGOs. 100K
For today.
Chipotle Brainiacs got here first. We're out of BOGOs for now. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
A
There
fresh
you go.
batch drops at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do it for
yeah.
the day. What do you...
Yeah. What did you think I said?
I didn't know.
Koska, did you hear me before?
No, but I don't know why he's just like surprised by this.
I thought
This
they
is,
would
like,
just be
common-
giving out a free BOGO.
This is,
go
this
get
is
them.
common practice.
I don't know. I don't go to Chipotle much.
No, it's just common practice for everything, bud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They
Unless you're
want to make-
buying something to get the deal, it's usually limited to a certain amount per day, and then they'll do it again tomorrow.
It makes
It's
you keep
to
coming
keep
back.
it going for the whole week, you know?
I got one yesterday and today.
Wowza.
I know. Sorry, Craig, not sharing. But should we talk about the movie?
Sure.
Okay, because I have it playing on the screen to the left of me.
You didn't
And-
even finish it?
I mean, I did. I can prove it too. Because the entire time I'm watching this movie, and I thought, this Mr. Foxman, he sounds really familiar. And I realized that he sounds a lot like Tim Allen. But he's not Tim Allen.
He's more of a George Clooney's type.
Yeah, but didn't he sound like Tim Allen to you?
No.
No.
He sounded a lot like
now,
George
now
Clooney's.
Captain America, I think, sounded a lot like Tim
He did.
Allen.
He did,
Yeah. But not this guy, no.
No, like, it's like, if you see Tim Allen just on the street, like, they sound similar. Like, Tim Allen not being a character.
No, he
You know?
sounded like George Clooney's.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's been in. I don't think I've seen him before.
Well, not George Clooney's, but definitely a George Clooney's type.
No, I don't know who that is, I guess. What would I know George Clooney's type from?
BoJack Horseman, specifically, would I get George Clooney's type from?
Who? Wait.
Is that what they call him in
Because
that show?
in BoJack, if they can't get a celebrity, they don't use their name and just kind of use like some kind of dumb pseudonym. So if they can't get a celebrity to voice themselves, it's like a someone something type. So it was a George Clooney's type because they couldn't get George Clooney.
There was
But then you got Daniel Radcliffe being Daniel Radcliffe. So
there was
it's
one
like a
person.
dumb, stupid meta joke for the show.
There's
What's
one
up?
person who sounded like, I think, the rabbit from BoJack.
Princess Carolyn?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, the rabbit. I forgot what I was watching, but Princess Carolyn showed up, and that was in my head. Oh, Harley Quinn.
Okay. But wasn't the rabbit someone in this movie?
I don't remember the rabbit from BoJack.
Oh God.
I assumed he was working at the agency, right? Was that rabbit?
Yeah.
I don't remember who that rabbit was.
Damn.
Sounds like I should rewatch BoJack. It's been a minute.
Rutabaga
Rutabaga sounds
Rabinowitz.
right. Yeah.
I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out who played him.
Well, you have the name, so you're a hop, skip, and a jump to there, I think.
Okay, he's not appearing on the little Disney thing, so maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely crazy. Okay, well then.
Well,
I fucked that one up.
I'm trying to. Well, do you want to know the cast of this movie? Because we had a George Clooney's type. We had Meryl Streep. And Bill Murray showed up. And, of course, Owen Wilson. Wow. It was for a bit.
I didn't
Kept
recognize
coming in here and there.
Meryl Streep's voice because I don't ever. It's funny because she's like like the biggest star in the world. People like love Meryl Streep. I don't know if I've ever seen Meryl Streep movies. You know who she is? I've seen her around.
Yeah.
Like obviously she's always at everything. But I don't know if I've ever seen a movie with her. Maybe I have. She just wasn't a big role.
More than likely had, just didn't realize it.
Or maybe as a kid I saw something. I don't know.
Now you have, for sure.
Yeah.
I know you have.
But there's a couple other voices in this, right?
Well, there are more characters, yeah. They each had voices. I couldn't pinpoint them. Those are the ones I know at the top
was
of my
it Jason
head.
Schwartzman was one of them?
I
Yeah.
don't know who that is.
He was Ash.
He's on IMDb. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now. Willem Dafoe was the rat.
Oh, he was the rat. That's right.
Bill Murray
Of course,
the badger.
the evil guy, like classic Defoe.
Yeah. Well, it's in his name.
Ah,
Okay. That's the only people I know.
That's fair
But
enough.
yeah. So like this was a book originally, right?
Correct.
Why didn't I hear of it before? Like, is it a recent book or is this like a beloved children's tale?
I think it's older.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. Like, I feel like this is any coming of age story in which you have the fox who's just trying to like find his place in the world.
I don't think that's at all what this movie is.
Yes, it is.
It's-
The fox is being bullied at school and eventually he just comes into his own and gets respected by his peers and loved ones.
I mean,
Is
that
not
kind of
the
happens,
movie?
but that's not at all the movie. No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no, it's not.
Craig?
wait, what?
Craig, what's
Please
the plot of the movie? At its core, at its very core, what is the big takeaway?
There's a fox who can't give up his life of crime or something.
It's
For his
like
family.
a message of people just kind of suck sometimes. And they can swear they're going to change. They can make you all the promises they want. But at the end of the day, people kind of suck.
This is a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, like I knew at least 5 people in my lifetime that said that this was one of their favoriteest movies in the world.
Wow.
You
knew 5 people?
The novel came out, or the book, children's novel came out in 1974.
There you go.
Yeah, I never heard of it before this movie. That's a little strange.
Is it? How many children's books can you name?
Bernstein
It's apparently
Bears.
the one that, from 1974.
Arthur.
Wait, was Bernstein Bears a book? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it then a TV show?
Yeah.
And then
I
a
didn't
video
even know
game
it
on
was
the
a
Sega
show.
Game Gear.
I'll take your word on that one.
I had it.
Well, what did you do in it?
You found you ran around in the trees or some shit and jumped around. It was like a little platformer game, like everything was back then. Where like I'll throw everybody into some kind of platformer. And you
Did
collected
the Bernstein...
like
Wait,
what did they have?
did the...
Honey or some
I
shit?
need to know
don't
this.
remember.
Craig, did the Bernstein Bears live in a hole or like a cave, or did they live in the tree?
feel
Because
like
I
they
could have
lived in a
sworn.
I feel like they lived in a tree, but I don't know enough about this particular whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, because I feel like they weren't about the trees, but I could be wrong.
Captain Underpants.
That's a good book. I love Captain Underpants. Never
That's a
saw that
movie too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that on Disney Plus?
I don't think so, or else I would have definitely said we should watch that.
Hold on. I need to see if Captain Underpants. Oh shit, it's on Hulu. That's definitely not. Wait. That means it's maybe somewhat Disney. Oh fuck!
Oh,
wait,
I'm
it's
sure it is owned by-
DreamWorks. It's
it is-
DreamWorks.
Oh, is it DreamWorks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh god, we're never watching that.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, that's for some dummies, I guess.
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
It
It
was
I'm
camping.
looking
They
at
were
screenshots.
the Bernstein Bears camping adventure. So that's why it was in the tree.
Do you feel that the Bernstein Bears are just bear forms of the Simpsons?
So did they just live in a house?
I think
Yeah, we
that-
need to know what they lived in, Craig.
Yeah. We never got that answer. We just know they're not all about the trees, or at least they are in this scenario because
They
they are
lived in
going
a tree.
camping.
They lived in a
Okay.
tree.
Thank you.
Fuck, okay.
But yeah, Richard, they aren't yellow enough, so sorry.
No, like I thought that basically they're the same thing, where they're like the everyday family and they have their little quirks.
Are you talking about, are they like a sitcom family?
Yeah, kind of.
Because yeah, I don't think The Simpsons defined the modern American family. I think, well, not modern, but I think the American family kind of defined The Simpsons.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
And it was kind of wild that you said, "Are they the Simpsons of the Bears?" And I can't just let you say that. I can't, like, that's not. I don't think that's how it works. 2.5 children. Not Simpsons. Did not invent that.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe.
Nope.
Like, I don't know. Because I knew The Simpsons came from somewhere, but I didn't know where they pulled from, and I thought maybe it was this.
I believe the traditional American family dynamic.
Okay.
You know, the average, a mom, a dad, 2 kids, half a child.
And a baby.
Half a child.
Okay. Is that what they call it?
2.5 kids. That's the average.
Okay.
Or it was at some point.
Because, like, you're going and saying, like, the 0.5, and I'm all like, oh, is he going to...
That was the average, 2.5 kids. I don't know what to tell you.
No, like, I'm more so bringing it back to the movie, because that's how they end the movie, too, by calling the baby a half.
Sure. It's probably a callback to America.
Or The Simpsons. Craig, why are you dancing in your chair?
Just scratching my balls.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought I was going to say he's probably scratching something.
Okay. Sorry, I had to call it out because it's making me a little uncomfortable seeing Craig.
I had to get a good
How's that different than any other week?
I don't know. I think it's just because, like, I'm used to seeing, like, I don't know. This movie just looked disturbing. I'm sorry. Like,
this movie's gorgeous. What are you talking about?
I'm with Rich. I'm not into the. I told you we talked about. You said this before. The art style, not my thing. I prefer, a robot chicken type stop animation.
They just go down to the Goodwill and buy a bunch of Barbie dolls.
Migos.
like I'm the
You gotta get the
same way
Migos.
though. Like I feel the same way about Robot Chicken as I do this movie, in which it bothers me. Like, in a very minor way. Like, it took me a while to actually adjust to watching this movie. Because they just looked weird.
I can't.
You prefer Chicken Run?
What's Chicken Run?
Another stop motion classic.
Like Wallace and Gromit?
It is.
Yeah,
exactly
like Wallace and
what
Gromit. Exactly. He nailed it on the head.
Are those the same people?
Yes.
Because I felt like Wallace and Gromit, like, that bothered me too. And Chicken Run.
Oh, come
I
on.
don't know. Like, maybe I just don't like stop motion in general. Because
you love more Laurel.
I don't know. They look a little weird there too. I think I just like the subject matter.
The subject matter was a boy who liked to make stop motion. That was the whole film.
Was
the
it?
whole series. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It happens every episode.
I didn't. It's been a while. Shut up. You can have this movie. It's your movie now. Enjoy.
It's good. It is an enjoyable film. I will enjoy it. Thank you, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, I guess I have some issues with this movie too, just for like the context. Because we have the fox who has this life of crime and he's stealing things from the human farmers. Like he's stealing spudgeborbs.
He's stealing squabs.
Squabs, that's it. Yeah, he's stealing the squabs.
Fuck is a SpongeBob?
I knew it started with an S.
Where did you get that from?
I'm just trying to move along the show, and it would take me too long.
What does SpongeBob taste like? You mind sharing?
I don't know.
He's so close to saying SpongeBob too.
He made a quick turn.
I mean, I don't know. I just knew that it wasn't SpongeBob, and it was a thing that started with S, and it had some words in it.
SpongeBob.
Then it wasn't SpongeBob.
I tried to do what I could so that I could move through the movie quickly. I'm sorry.
So you convinced yourself he was stealing SpongeBob.
Yeah, but I'm wondering why he's
And your
doing
brain
it.
just said, yeah, that works.
It did. I mean, I knew it was wrong when
Sounds
coming
like
out of my
something you
mouth.
find on a farm.
You don't find squibs on a farm. Is that what it was?
If squabs.
Okay, sorry.
That's close. At least that's closer.
It was closer, yeah. I would have let Squib slide.
But
Hell, I
okay,
would have let SpongeBob slide because I just don't even know what to do with that.
so he's getting the squabs, but he's just stealing squabs. Like, are they for himself, or is he reselling the squabs?
He's selling them, yes.
Oh,
He's doing it for profit.
It didn't seem like that when he's just taking all the profits and keeping them in his house.
He's not keeping all of them in his house. The first time he does the first heist, he only keeps one of them.
What was the first heist?
The first heist is the first farm where he just gets a squab. Or was it a chicken? I think it was first, the start of the film, it's squabs. And then the other farms in the future, I think it's 12 Fox years go by. It's a chicken farm, a turkey apple farm, and a guy who likes apple cider. If I remember correctly? Or maybe I'm... What was the second
I don't
farm?
know about that second one. I know that the
Yeah,
guy would
hold on.
eat like jelly donuts.
Filled with goose. I
Yeah.
think it was geese.
Yeah, it was.
It was donuts
different.
filled with geese liver or something.
Yeah, because
disgusting.
everyone had a different bird.
Yeah,
What was the third one then?
it was the turkey and apples.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah, except his whole thing, he focused mainly on making, because they all they only ate one thing. The first guy ate 3 chickens for every meal. The second guy ate the jelly donuts filled with the goose liver. And then the third guy lived entirely off of hard cider made from his apples, which he apparently crossbred with turkeys. I don't know how that works, but go figure.
Yeah.
We didn't
So-
talk about the beginning of the movie, though, right? At all?
Sure, we can talk about the beginning of the movie. Let's go all the way back.
Started from the beginning.
All right.
That's what I was talking about.
No, you weren't.
No,
You're
you-
talking about well into the future.
No, I'm talking about the squabs and what he's doing and his living. That's mainly where I was going. What this man does for a living.
Then you said he kept all the squabs.
You didn't see what
You don't
happens to
see
this.
him- You don't
No,
do
I'm
anything with
wondering
him. You
what
don't see
he
the
does with the
squabs.
squabs in the beginning. Like why he's stealing them. Like is
It's
it
his job.
Now I know.
Him and the wife, that's what they did, and they almost got.
Craig, you're going too far. She's not wife yet, or is she?
No, she was his wife, and they were
his
stealing
wife.
together.
Yeah.
They were thieves.
Yeah.
And then they get captured because he just had to pull this the trap to see if it was spring loaded. And when they're in the cage and the farmer comes with a shotgun, his wife turns to him and says, "I'm pregnant." And then she makes him promise that if we get out of here alive, you have to quit. We can't do this anymore.
And he has to be a newspaper salesman for the rest of his life.
He has to be a writer. He writes a column.
And then
That no one
that's
seems
when
to
12
read.
Fox years go by,
Yes.
which we don't know how much that equates to human.
We could do the math.
They do kind of
They give you instances
a
where
couple times where Fox.
I think
years are
3
human.
days is 2.5 weeks in Fox. 3 human days is 2.5 Fox weeks. So I'm sure you can convert it from that.
So are foxes this small in real life? Because they seem pretty small.
The scale
compared
of
to-
this is ridiculous sometimes.
Foxes
They're
are not
coming out
big
of like a
animals,
drain
though.
at one point.
Foxes are not big animals.
No, they're not huge, but I feel like sometimes they're a little too small, and sometimes they're much bigger than that.
Like
Yeah,
I
on
felt
this-
like, in certain instances when he's compared to real life objects, that's where I'm all like, he can fit there? I don't think so. And because I saw a fox once in real life. He was hanging out by my house, and then I like kind of waved at it, and then he went the other way. But I didn't like. Are foxes dangerous to people?
Could be. Like any
I
wild
mean,
animal.
Yeah, probably just like I mean, a squirrel could be dangerous to you too if it decides to attack you.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah,
it's
but
not
like-
like it's not gonna, unless it's threatened by you, it's not gonna come after you. It's gonna be scared of you. Like a bear would be scared of you too, normally. But, that on the other hand, those can really fucking kill you.
Are they?
Yeah, bears are afraid of people.
Really?
But if they're threatened by you, then they're gonna attack you, and they're gonna, put up a fight.
Koska, can you confirm this?
I wouldn't take my chances with the bear theory.
I'm not gonna go try to scare a bear. I'm saying that they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
I am afraid of the bear.
That's absolutely, of course.
I'm not going to challenge the bear.
No, of course.
And I think that's important to say on the podcast.
But that's
that
why
you should not challenge the bear.
That's why they say just make a lot of noise.
Maybe in the perfect scenario where the bear is very comfortable, very well fed, maybe he's alone, and you happen to show up, there's a chance the bear's gonna leave because he's afraid of you. Now, if the bear is hungry, wanders near civilization, and sees your ass, I would not suggest trying to walk up to the bear and chasing him away.
No, of course not. No. That's not what I'm saying. But you can make, but there, you make a bunch of noise and the bears leave. That's like, that's what
Craig,
they say there.
I'm going to put you in my fox scenario because it was a day that I just decided to go out for a walk, and boom, I see a fox like a little bit in the distance, and that's where in my head I had to think, do I continue on my walk or do I turn back? I continued on my walk. I'm sure everyone else here would also continue on your walk and not be afraid of the fox, correct?
Well, here's the thing. Look, if the fox doesn't look like it's running away, it might be rabid or something. So in that case, maybe you turn around. But
would you have turned around if it was just kind of like chilling in the woods, looking at you?
Well, is it like, how close are we talking? Like, it's like in my path?
20 to 30 feet.
It's pretty far. Like if it didn't like run away, or like look like not want to be near you, then maybe turn around. Just like any animal, you see like a rabbit, you telling me like you're gonna walk up to a skunk, or like
skunk? No,
or like a coyote.
I don't know about coyote. Like, I'm learning from Craig, like, which animals he would turn away from.
He says just like you would any animal. That he picks animals that are very much like red flag animals.
But a skunk isn't dangerous. It's just going to spray you, and that's the worst. That's the, But you see a skunk during the day, you get away.
Pretty bad, though. Pretty bad getting sprayed by a skunk. It's not a pleasant experience for anyone involved. Getting sprayed by a skunk it more than ruins your day, I would say.
Look, if the squirrel's coming at me, I'm gonna run away from the squirrel too. But I would probably keep going on the walk. Was the point?
Okay, now you see a bear. What do you do? Do you
get the fuck away from that motherfucker? It's a bear.
I feel like
he's more afraid of you, though.
But it's a bear. You don't play games with that shit.
Okay, good. That's the proper reaction. That's what I wanted to hear from you.
It is afraid of you, but I'm also afraid of it.
Bear's gonna leave. Don't worry.
I'm not
Keep
afraid
on your
of the
walk.
fox.
Have a nice leisurely stroll. Don't worry about him.
I'm not afraid of the fox. That is what I'm saying. But if the fox came at me, I might be a little afraid and run.
Like, he's not running to you, but maybe walking towards you.
There was one time a fucking, what was it? It got in my garage.
A frog.
No. What the hell was it? Like a gopher or some shit? I don't remember what the hell it was. But like it like ran at my feet when we were trying to get it out of the garage because I was trying to scare it out, and it ran, and I fucking freaked out because it was like fucking right next to me, I didn't want it to get, because it might have gotten scared and bit me or some shit. I don't know, but I don't want that to happen. But at the same time, I'm gonna be fine because I can kick that.
Those things are afraid of their own shadows.
I know. I forget what it was. It was some kind of small rodent. It wasn't a chipmunk. It was bigger than that.
I think a groundhog's a rodent.
Gopher, maybe.
What's the difference between a gopher and a groundhog?
I want to say groundhogs are bigger, but they might be the same animal.
Could they?
It might be the same animal. I don't fucking know either.
I don't know.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, if you put the two of them, assuming they're not even the same animal, I bet that they could easily mate with each other. And you'd have, like, viable offspring, you know? You ever think about that?
No, I don't know if that would work.
I don't know.
But these two foxes mated with each other, and now you have a child that is
I'd
born
rather
into
go.
this
I want to go
world.
back to you talking about like animal egg groups.
Okay,
That's what we're
they're
doing
not
now, right?
egg groups. They're mating patterns. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I figured it would be easier to call them egg groups for you.
Yeah, like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what
yeah.
else? What else would you put in the same egg group? I'm just curious.
Groundhogs
beavers.
are bigger. Groundhogs are bigger.
Beavers. Groundhogs are bigger. Okay, that's what I.
Okay.
That was again.
And a
that was the first
woodchuck
thing I
is
said. I
another
wasn't
name
sure.
for a groundhog.
Okay, so woodchucks and groundhogs are the same thing.
Okay. I'd throw gophers, beavers, woodchucks.
They're all they are all rodents.
Oh, they are rodents. Okay, I thought maybe they could have been like some other thing.
I think I might put badgers into the same category too.
Badgers?
Yeah, I think I know what a badger is. Are
It
badgers
was in the movie.
Are badgers and weasels similar, or are badgers and groundhogs similar?
I'd say badgers are more similar to groundhogs.
And they were both in the movie. The weasel's like that thin, like squirmy one, and the badgers are mean motherfuckers.
Badgers are Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I think I need to look at these animals, and then I can put them in the proper egg groups.
The badger,
for you.
it has like the white and black striped face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
honey
the,
badger. Don't care.
The honey badger.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I would be putting in the same egg group. Oops. It's fine. But where were we going with this movie?
I feel like if these animals would mate, we would see a lot more of their abominations, but we don't. They all like live in the same place.
No, I think it's because they're more segregated. Animals are very cliquey. You know? Like, they don't want to be near the other animals sometimes. It's like cats and dogs. That's why you don't see cats and dogs
You
mating.
see cats
It's
and
because they're
dogs
cliquey.
together all the time. There's animals that coexist and work together all the time. There's like a term for it.
No, but they don't
symbiotic
have the...
relationship.
Yeah, there it is.
No, they don't have the spark, though. You need the spark, too.
The Allspark?
What? What's the allspark?
More than meets the eye.
No. Like the spark. Like when two creatures like really love each other, you need the spark.
Yeah, like hippos and those little birds.
No, not hippos and the birds. Like, I mean, I would put hippos and rhinoceroses in the same egg group.
I've never seen a hippo hang out with a rhinoceros, but I've seen plenty of hippos hang out with those little birds.
No, it's less similar.
Like clownfish and sea anemone.
Like the spark is different than a symbiotic relationship.
Pretty sure you can't have that symbiotic relationship without the spark.
I don't think so.
Or else you have a failed marriage.
No.
I think
It
Rich is
doesn't
trying to
work like
say
that.
that the hippo can fuck a rhinoceros.
I think what he wants to say
But
is
I don't
he'd
think
like to
that's
see a
okay
hippo.
because that's like the equivalent of like, you fucking a rhinoceros. So, not saying you're a hippo, but
What?
you are both different species. So like it's not
it would
something
be
to
more
do.
like him having relations with an orangutan. Like, sure, there's
Okay.
similarities there,
Okay,
but
there you
it's not kosher.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I'd put them in different egg groups, though.
Orangutan and humans?
Like, I would maybe put, like, orangutans and apes. Or chimpanzees.
Orangutan is an ape! He's saying.
Okay. Well, like, maybe an orangutan and a nice silverback. Are they different? Gorilla, that's it. An orangutan and a gorilla.
They're both apes, if that's what you're just getting at.
Can they mate with each other?
They shouldn't.
Probably
But
not.
can they?
You technically, what do you mean can they? You can mate with a rabbit if you want, but
No, I need to make sure that there's a viable offspring that can come from
can
this.
they conceive?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know, man.
And they also need to, what's the word when you say yes? Consent. They need to consent too. Conceive and consent. Those are the 2 C's that you need for the egg groups. If you know what I mean.
I'm glad my computer just knows what I'm talking about. This is because I started typing in "can different spe," and I got "can different species mate." So,
Well, you also want to
type orangutan and gorilla,
and also put in the search terms "conceive" and "consent." We need those 2.
Can you Google can orangutans consent?
Can a lion and tiger produce fertile offspring?
Egg groups. Yeah, similar egg groups.
No one asked about ligers, Craig.
But they're
Ligers
similar
are
egg groups.
Fertile and can mate with other ligers.
Told you.
Oh my.
If only you said bears.
Tigers and lions can mate.
Yeah, ligers, bud.
Yeah. You see,
What do you
this
think
is
they
what
made
I'm
that up
talking
for
about.
Zorps?
Can gorillas and oh, it's there. Orangutans
It's already
mate.
there. Let's go.
But
Okay,
it's
let's
the
see
best. The best. Okay, it's can gorillas and humans be friends? Can gorillas and chimpanzees live together? Can gorillas and humans crossbreed? And then can gorillas and orangutans mate?
All right.
Yes, that one. That's the one.
Could gorillas? Nope. Neither could humans produce offspring with any of the above. Other these 3 species share this family Hominidae, but family is by no means the taxonomic class where interbreeding can take place.
Amazing.
Wait, is that the scientific term? What is it?
Hominidae?
No. The taxa whatever. Like, is that the official term in order to find out if something can successfully breed?
I don't know. This is the guy on Quora.
Oh, you can't trust that. You might as well go to Wiki Answers.
No. You can trust Quora because on Quora they put their what do you call it? Their merits.
Oh yeah, what's his merit?
I don't know, Craig. What's his merit? He's probably a professor of animal sex.
He read. Can I say who it is? And we can't do that.
No.
You want to call him out?
His name is on
Just-
the internet though. So
No, just
care.
tell us
What do
what his title is.
Yeah, what does he got?
He read books, watched documentaries, and loves zoology.
This guy's probably just reading fucking zoo books.
If he said he loves zoophilia, I would have trusted him 10,000%.
This guy says they're different species, so their genetic material couldn't combine. They're more different from each other than
Okay, I'll
different
believe
breeds
that.
of dogs are. And he said, and his credentials are, I had my dog house trained from day one.
That's a good credential.
How did this conversation not come up during Zootopia, and it came up during this one?
There wasn't crossbreeding in Zootopia.
What was the one in this? Oh
You.
yeah, the turkeys and the apples.
The turkeys and the apples. Hey, Craig, can you look up if turkeys and apples can produce offspring?
And also remember, conceive and consent.
Yeah, it's implied at this point because the consent is always implied.
We don't know that. It's important.
I wanted to play Monster Hunter tonight. It's 9:00. We talked maybe for 5 minutes about the movie.
I mean, this is also a quick one.
That's
I
true.
think.
It's a short movie.
It was only an hour and a half.
I
Yeah.
bet the book was even shorter.
Probably.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Because,
So-
okay.
So they have a kid,
Yeah. Ash.
Ash, and he's kind of a
Right?
Yeah,
is it Ash?
Okay.
I think so.
I can't because I'm like, what was the other kid's name? Oh, Christopher or something like that.
Christopherson,
Christopherson. There it is. All right, Ash and Christopherson. All right, continue.
and he's different. Which I don't
In
know. I don't
what
see how
way?
he's that different, to be completely honest. He seems like a normal kid. He's just hanging out. He likes to wear a cape, though.
Isn't he short?
Yeah, she's short and he wears a cape.
Isn't he autistic?
He didn't seem.
I don't know. He could be.
He could be, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
He
I don't
goes
know.
to bed with his cousin, and then he just plays with trains.
I think he only played with the train because his cousin was crying under the train.
Yeah. Also, like,
Yeah.
he was being kind of a dick, but that was only because, you know, like, his dad was, I guess, not treating him.
Okay,
Like,
so
I don't know.
Christopherson is
Their cousin.
Ash's cousin. He came to live with them because his father caught double pneumonia, and it was rough for him at home. And Christopherson is a natural athlete. This boy is like born to run. And you know, our main Fox guy, whose name escapes me,
Mr. Fox.
He treats him, you know, with the respect that comes with being a natural athlete and, I would say, born burglar. And son doesn't care for that because he doesn't seem like he's earned his father respect in any capacity, really.
I mean, what's he done?
He dove into a pool.
Yeah,
Wore a
but he
cape.
didn't do it well.
He's trying for the team sport, which I can't remember what it's called. It's a really good part of the movie, though.
Some really
So
weird
squabble
version
ball.
of cricket, but
Cricket,
it was
yeah.
But it didn't make it. It was closer to that game from Futurama. What was the Blurns Ball? It was closer
Blurns
to
Ball,
Blurns
yeah.
Ball than baseball.
It's a fun trope. Oh, it's so simple. Then you explain what the thing is really fast, and then everyone's like, oh, okay. It's so stupid. It's a stupid movie. I love it.
So then, what else happens?
Okay, so the main gist of what's happening.
Oh, they bought a new
is
house
that
too. We
Mr.
didn't mention
Fox-
the new house, which is right
Yeah.
by the 3 farms.
Right across from it, you get a great eye view. And this is where, some might even say that this is the catalyst for the movie, in which right across the field, we have the 3 farms, the Chicken Man, the Goose Man, and the Turkey Apple Man. And Mr. Fox has an idea. He wants to do one last heist. And that one last heist is like 3 heists in one, in which he's going to kick all of them down and just steal all of their riches, for better or for worse. And he needs a wingman, in which he has a friend who's...
Kylie and a possum.
Oh.
He's the super for the house.
What's that mean?
No, is that what he
takes
was?
care of this stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
He goes in, he fixes the sink, unclogs the toilet, you know, stuff like that.
Like a plumber.
Yeah, but more versatile, and also, you know, he gets paid.
So is he just a groundskeeper?
The super. They call him the super.
Okay, but he's basically the right-hand criminal man, right?
I mean, he is now. He just kind of fell into it, I feel like.
Yeah, so they just start hitting the farms up, and they steal all the chickens, but the wife kind of notices something might be amiss, but she doesn't really think too much of it. And then they hit the second one, and that's when the wife gets really suspicious. But then with the third one, is that when they start roping in like other characters to do their bidding?
No, they do the third one, and what happens is, after the third one, the 3 farmers meet. Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean, I believe their names were. And they decide, we have to kill this fox. It's kind of a problem. So they do. They go to his house. They plan to stand there, and as soon as he opens the door, they're going to shoot him. And they do. But they just get his tail.
And this starts the war between the humans and the animals of the forest.
It's mainly the 3 farmers, their employees, and this one fox.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just a casualty of war.
Yeah, but they're like barging in there, and the foxes have to go dig under the tree, but then they dig up the tree, and they're just trying to find them. And it's like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie, and yet nothing happens at all. You ever figure that out?
Yeah, a lot happens, but again, nothing really, but a lot. All at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that before.
So they're digging. Keep on digging underground.
They're more than digging. They dig the crap out of it. They just completely destroy the beautiful scenery and the hills all around. And then they get all of their employees that come in and they set up sniper posts and they're like, we're going to kill this fox. And the big plan now is to cut off all the supply lines and starve the forest.
But this is what I have questions
the amount
about.
of the cost of the chickens that they lost was very equivalent to how much money it is now costing them to kill this fox. It's principle at this point, though.
It absolutely is. There's no one is good in this film, I think, is like a big part of it, too. Everyone kind of sucks. They're all greedy bastards.
But I had a question here. Because the fox and all of his friends are digging down. But are foxes known for digging?
That's what they do best.
Really?
Yeah.
What else do they do?
Steal and dig.
Like, do they actually live in, like, holes in real life?
You never heard of a foxhole, bud?
No.
It's where they
Yes,
live.
I've heard of a
holes in real
foxy
life.
trot. Have you heard of that?
A foxtrot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it actually is.
Isn't it like
Part
an
of
army
the phonetic
term?
alphabet, yeah.
Okay.
I've heard of
Anyway.
Foxy Cleopatra.
You can say more.
Remember Austin Powers 3?
Oh, well. Oh, was that from... Okay, I was like thinking...
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Mike Myers.
Yep. There's also
Mike
that song
Myers again.
Foxy by Jimi Hendrix. Is that the name of the song? Foxy.
Sure.
Are we done?
I have no idea. I don't know what's happening. You went off on Fox terms for some reason.
No, because I just didn't know. I don't know. I guess I just didn't know that they were known for digging. And that
That's what
was
they do
my
best.
issue. Because it kind of took me out of the movie because I didn't have that knowledge before.
They live in holes.
I mean, now I know. Well, this one was living in a tree.
No, he lives in a hole. He says, I live in a hole. I'm tired of living in a hole. It makes me feel poor. And she goes, we're foxes. We live in holes.
Josie says we are poor.
Yeah, we are poor.
Did I miss that?
Probably.
Okay, well, I guess there's egg
Foxes
on my
are good
face.
at digging, and Richard's good at not watching movies.
No, I watched the movie. Okay, I was eating cookies during the movie, and I think I was eating burgers too. So that's kind of why I got a little distracted this time around.
I had pan de dulce and Mexican hot chocolate. Didn't stop me from watching the film.
I mean, sometimes when you got your hands full, you just can't look away from them. You ever hear that saying?
No. And again, was also eaten.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You saw this movie like 3 times before.
It's true.
Yeah. Craig, what were you eating during this?
Nothing.
Okay. So I have an excuse for why
No.
Okay. But anyway, so the movie kind of comes to what they might call the climax of it, in which I guess that they're pretty successful in like making sure that they can like stay holed up and like make life down there under the ground. Because, like, they're even sticking it to the man still by, like, stealing their chickens and everything. But the little boy, the son, Ash, he wants to go and prove that, like, he has value in this world by stealing the tailback that was lost to the gunfire. And the 3 farmer men were just kind of, like, I don't know, using it as a trophy.
One of them was wearing it as a necktie.
Yeah. So the little kid... Ash and the cousin, they try to get it back, but the cousin, he gets captured. And that's the climax of the movie. Some might say even the catalyst for Act 3, in which they now have to get Christopherson back from the farmers. But it's kind of crazy what happens next, because they do what they did in Toy Story. You ever see that movie?
Which one?
The first one.
Yeah.
You mean Robot Chicken?
No, Toy Story. Because in Toy Story, Buzz was kept under like a little grate thing, but he could just kind of like get out, or maybe it was Woody, but you could just get out of the grate thing if you move the grate thing a little more and off the desk. And that's what happened in this.
Except
Because
it didn't happen in this. It just fell and Christopherson got out. Fell.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever think about that though?
I feel like the climax of the movie was when they threw a bunch of flaming pine cones
Oh,
and
like,
fought a rat,
like after they
and the rat died.
Like after they get Christopherson back, or before?
I think that happened before. Yeah,
At least the rat thing. But what about the pinecone thing?
I think that happened before.
I thought the pinecone thing was.
I think the pinecone thing
After.
happened, which allowed them to go get Christopherson.
Oh.
Yeah, and you were describing the climax of the movie being when he first gets captured, and then like the 20 minutes of preparing.
No,
to
but
get
that's where the stakes are the highest when he gets captured, because you're like, oh no, we have a problem. We have to fix the problem, and that's where you get your like heart racing, and you're just really paying attention to the movie.
I think it's when they're blowing everything up and everything's on fire, and everyone's running around, and then they fight a rat.
I like when they go run for the motorcycle, and then it's like, oh, there's a big motorcycle,
that was
and then you
good.
just see them drive out from behind it, and there's a little motorcycle, their size.
It's good. It's a good movie.
But like that last scene with the motorcycle, I got a little lost in the sauce, as you say.
Sure.
In which there's a lot going on. Like the farmers, they're trying to shoot everyone down, and the fox just wants to be free. But there's somehow a rabid dog there?
Yeah, he has a rabid dog.
Who?
One of the farmers.
They
Why?
mention it like multiple times. They mention it at one point in the movie. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah,
When they're pulling up the first heist, they have to plan against the beagles, and they know that specifically there's one beagle that has rabies, but they have a way of dealing with the beagles because beagles love blueberries. Everyone knows this.
And then, but aren't they poisonous to the beagles?
No, they put sleeping powder in there so the beagles go to sleep.
Did they have any for this last scene?
They were supposed to because he wrote it on Kylie's hand. It said blueberry, but he didn't look at his hand, so he didn't bring the blueberries with him. So now they had to learn to deal with the beagle.
Oh, okay. And that
Yeah.
allows the great escape, though.
Yes, because Ash does what he does. Not best, but I guess he figured out how to be better at doing athletics, and he lets the beagle boy free. And then the rabid beagle takes care of the farmers, which allows them to escape.
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense now than what I was thinking about before.
Yeah, if you watch the movie, it really helps bring it all together.
I mean, I got bits and pieces here and there. What?
That should be on a t-shirt. If you watch the movie, bring it all together. Or whatever you
Okay.
said.
Why am I getting made fun
it's
of?
okay, we have it recorded.
Oh my god.
Okay. I don't know.
Rich, you're being a rich. Right?
Oh. I know what you did.
Not like that
What?
one, like our great viewer who now uses that term to define, someone who doesn't pay attention to a movie as a rich or a Richard. I don't remember if it's specifically
I
full
paid
name.
attention to the movie. Like you gotta give me a little bit of credit that I watched this more and was able to recall more things than usual. Right?
I'll give you credit if you can recall everything. Ask
me a question. Trivia question me.
No, we already know that you didn't recall everything from this one, so I'm talking next time. I'm gonna, we'll try.
Okay, whatever. Like, okay, so I have to go back to this before we finish the movie entirely. Because there was the scene where they escape on the motorcycle, and then after that, they see a wolf in the distance. And did they mention wolves before?
Yes, they've constantly mentioned wolves. Every time Kylie would bring up a wolf, Mr. Fox would ask him to stop because he has a phobia of wolves.
And then why was this one important at the end?
So there's a wolf.
Was it coming full circle to something?
I don't think so.
Okay, they just did it for reasons.
It's just a wolf.
Why didn't the wolf help out?
I don't think he spoke English.
Like at first, when I saw the wolf, I thought the dog transformed.
No,
And
it's
I
just a
was like-
wolf.
Oh, okay. I guess I have more of a problem with how the movie ends, even more so, because
The
okay,
dance party.
yeah, in a
It's a
supermarket.
kids movie. Yeah.
How did they get to the supermarket?
It was attached in the sewers because they're living in the sewers now.
Okay. But I guess that this is the sense of scale that I don't get, because when you see him up against all the like groceries and stuff like that, he seems smaller than he should be, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I wanted to hear.
Scaling wasn't very good.
No, the scaling is all over the place.
Okay.
Like I said, they came out of a drain in the kitchen, and it was the biggest thing in the world to them.
That's fine by me. I think I've had all of my questions answered. Craig,
Yep.
do you have any questions?
No, I think we're good.
Casca?
I've never had questions.
Nothing
I watched
lingering?
The film.
No, Whatever. Fine. Okay. What are we doing next week then?
I don't know, whatever you want.
My choice?
It always is anyway.
No, it's not. I like to give my friends options. I like to give them options. Like, because next week I'm thinking like, because this was, well, we said James and the Giant Peach. That's Disney, right?
Yeah, it's on there.
So we can do that, or we can do Cadet Kelly. What you want to do?
Where did Cadet Kelly come from?
Like, I felt like I would give you another stop motion thing.
Is that
or
another
I'd
Wes
give you-
Anderson?
It
Gonna
might be.
Is it Wes Anderson's Cadet Kelly?
Wes Anderson's Cadet Kelly?
Yeah. Do you want to do Wes Anderson's Cadet Kelly?
I think
or
I want to keep the Wes Anderson train going because I want to find a Wes Anderson film Craig likes. There's got to be
Okay.
one of them.
Does Disney do any more? Fox?
Cadet Kelly's not enough for you?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Just had a whole conversation.
Okay. Sounds good to me. See you next week, boys. Dunce number 1 signing off. Good night and good bless.
I'm Craig Stew and I'm leaving too.
I'm the third one. I don't know. What was this? How long was this? This was a lot. I'm sorry.
Today's the day. Our field trip to the Stingray Migration.
Stingray migration.
Migration is about going home, which is where you're from.
How do the stingrays all know where to go?
Instinct, something deep inside you that feels so familiar that you have to listen to it.
My mom, my dad, I have a family.
We will never forget you, Dory.
What if I forget you?
I miss them. You know what that feels like?
Yes.
Then we better get going.
Totally sick!
Isn't it great?
No! I'm gonna be totally sick!
Can you help me?
Sorry, not a great swimmer.
I think you swim beautifully.
Thank you. You're welcome. Wait, Dory?
Yes?
Dory?
Yes.
You and I were friends.
No.
It was so much fun because I'd tell you a story and then you'd completely forget about it, and then I'd get to tell it to you over and over again.
I'm looking for my family.
Are you crazy? It's too dangerous. Hands!
Hands? Mommy?
Holy Neptune.
That is definitely not Mommy! I'm sorry. I gotta blink. How do you hold your eyes open that long?